Hey there, Jimmy Roberts here with 379 Home Buyers and Renaissance Appraisal. And I just finished reading an incredible article by NAR's chief economist, Mr. Lawerance Yun. And yes, I am a realtor. NAR stands for the National Association of Realtors. I am a proud realtor, as a matter of fact. That said, let me jump into the article. In his article, and the most recent copy of the magazine, he states boldly, the housing shortfall is driving prices up, but a crash is unlikely. Now, in his article, he details a lot of different things, differentiating the reasons why this current increase in housing prices is different than the one we saw prior to 2008. As you all may remember, the one that started in 2000, they call it 2000, and ran all the way up to 2007, generally speaking, in most markets, ended in a huge recession and market crash, right? This one is different. And this one is different for a lot of different reasons. First and foremost, the primary reason is this one is different because of a shortage of housing supply. That's right. There is actually a shortage of housing supply. After the recession, after 2008, 2010, builders who were caught on the hook, owned a lot of land, had a lot of the properties under development, were basically, they just got caught out there. So one of the lessons that they learned was to not build so many homes on speculation, not own so much land directly, because it directly affects their balance sheet when things go sideways. So as a direct result of that, they chose not to build so many homes over this last 10-year period. Well, the problem is, back in 2007, 2008, probably even early 2000s, there was actually a shortage. There was actually a surplus of homes, because everybody was jumping into the home buying building business. They would build a ton of homes, and of course you'd sell them because the economy was rising. Everybody was transitioning from entry-level homes to older to second-level homes, whatever that means, and going forth like that, and moving up as the economy grew. And the economy was banging, as you might remember. Well, when things turned, not so many people buying those houses, but they still got built, right? So we had a huge glut of housing in the market. Well, it's kind of taken from after 2000, call it 2005, through right around 2016, 17, for that glut of homes, that inventory, to be picked up by the general public. But once it did get picked up, and it did, now we're in the situation we find ourselves in, where for the last 4 to 5 years, there has legitimately been a home housing shortage. I'm here in the great state of Michigan, as I often say, and one of the things that has been common, like I said, for the last 4 to 5 years, is that there is a dearth of housing available. Now, again, a lot of it is because homeowners just, they're not interested in selling their home, because prices are rising up. I mean, it's the equivalent of, hey, great, I got an extra $50,000 for my house over here on one side of the city, but if I move to the other side of the city because housing prices have gone up, now I got to pay that extra $50,000 that I earned over here and put it into the new house. It's not really a gain. It's more of at best, it's a standstill. It's more of a lateral move. So that has had a significant effect on housing values and housing availability. Well, this time around, according to Lawerance Yun, I gotta say his name right. According to Lawerance, this time around things have changed a bit. This time around, as opposed to being at a housing surplus, we are at a significant deficit. Because remember, builders stopped building homes pretty much. I mean, they cut it off. So now we're in a situation where we need that inventory, and it's just not there. And the reality is, it's going to take some time to ramp up, to catch up with the amount of demand that we have. So for the near future, probably for the next couple of years at least, we're looking at situations where housing prices will continue to rise. The one thing that his article did not touch to is existing homes. And that's kind of what I wanted to share with you guys today. while he talks about new home builds, I'd like to talk to you all about existing homes, and how they're going to be the key to alleviating the housing situation, at least in the short term fashion. Specifically, I'm talking about those older homes or those existing homes that are in need of work, that we don't really talk much about, right? It's that extra 5 to 10% of the market that, for whatever reason, is undervalued because maybe it's not been well maintained. It's locked in people's estates due to probate issues or trust issues or some other form. Long story short, these are properties that are going to be in need of significant repair, renovation, or whatever. And oftentimes, these properties are the ones that are gonna we come across. We come across these properties oftentimes, a lot of the time. And this is where you, as home sellers and marketpreneurs, for lack of a better term, you guys are going to be able to take advantage of that. Because now, while housing is short, you can now have a great opportunity to sell those houses that you're holding on to and actually be able to capitalize on the increasing market. I mean, it is what it is. Even if you have a property that needs significant work and can't be sold in a traditional way, meaning to a buyer who's willing to pay top dollar for a pristine property, even if you can't sell it like that, the price of, I take this the right way, the price of some really beat up properties has significantly soared over the last 6 to 8 months. Significantly. And you can take advantage of that. So if you have, and this is only if you have, say maybe a house that you inherited that you really don't know what to do anything with, or maybe maybe you have a house that's tenant owned that you've decided, or tenant occupied, and you've decided that you really don't want to be a landlord. Now may be the time to get rid of that property. And doing so, you're going to be able to take advantage of the uptick in the market, and you're going to be able to do it without making a whole lot of repairs to the property. So you're going to save save some money on that end too. So this is Jimmy Roberts, your local real estate professional. And if you have a house that you need to get rid of, give me a call. Or if you just have any questions about appraising or real estate in general, I'd love to hear from you. Talk to you later. And don't forget to check out the link below of Lawerance Yun's article. Talk to you later.